Greetings, family. Welcome to 2022. Okay, the sun is now changing rapidly, as it has been. But now we're going into another solar cycle 25. Okay, it's an 11-year cycle, which the sun is activating like never before. This video is going to go into how it will impact us in a good way. Okay, this is good news. Okay, good news indeed. All right, because of the fact that the activation will ultimately activate us in various ways, shapes, and forms. Now, we're going into the solar maximum. Now, we're coming out of the solar minimum into the solar maximum, 11-year cycle. Now, we're going to a little bit of history. The last major great cycle was around 4000 BC. Okay, you have different ancient cultures who honored the sun. See the sun in the background? All right, sun in the background. Hindu culture, sun in the background. Here is the rays of the sun. Now, many thought that these were just halos, but in actuality, okay, represented the sun. You got the Native American woman on the right, left side, and you have Jesus and Mary and all that, and they all have halos, so-called halos, which is the sun. The goddess Sekhmet, which the sun is on top, which represents Ra, okay, the ancient Egyptian god. Then you have Babylonian sun gods. It's more sun gods than any other, and goddesses more than any other type of deity. Scientists led by the National Center for Atmospheric Research say the study of opposingly charged magnetic field bands moving in the sun's north and south hemisphere suggests the coming sunspot 25, which will be a strong one, and that's what I'm going to get into today, without question. It's not going to take long, family. Okay. What does this mean? Your sun is entering more powerful solar max 25, as I said before. They don't really want you to know. Solar flares are already full of cosmic energy from the galactic center that it create and it can destroy. Now, 2009, you didn't have that much stuff going on. But in 2022, okay, we will see almost zero days where you don't have any sunspots at all. Okay, that's the chart right there. Okay, the sun usually goes through 11-year cycles, and then the grand cycle 6,000 years. Okay, see the sunspots on the solar max? They're coming to Earth to transform. Now they put out these solar atmospheric or solar observatory heliospheric satellites to monitor the sun. Okay, because they want to know what's going on with the sun, because they know that the sun is increasing in power and is a threat, okay, to these beings who run the planet. But as they try to block the sun with chemtrails and all solar dimming programs, where they spray in the atmosphere. But that's all coming to a close. Now, as you're about to see, nature is working to our advantage, okay? So we should be happy. This is a glorious time for us, as you will see some, anyway, of how nature is working in our favor.
We got the sun. The ultimate source of energy is the sun. It sustains virtually every aspect of life on Earth. Every aspect of life. And that doesn't mean only just photosynthesis process neither, okay? Or how the sun helps the food to grow. No, the sun is doing much more than that. It's also healing our bodies. All may not be lost. Get in the sun. The sun will burn off and kill off a whole lot of stuff. And also, the sun gives us downloads, important downloads. What they do, they lie on the sun. They vilify the sun. They tell you to stay out of the sun because they don't want you to have your downloads. All right? And they don't want your DNA to get the instructions to say, hey, I have my superpower.
Breathe and feel alive. They want to block out the sun, which is the light information you need to activate your pineal gland so you can get up out of here. You better wake up before it's too late. Sun gaze more. Get that vitamin D.
Anytime there is a disturbance in the magnetosphere, it allows more ionizing radiation to reach Earth's surface from the sun. So normally the magnetosphere protects Earth from most of the ionizing radiation from the sun. But when the magnetosphere, when it becomes weak, you get a lot more ionizing radiation striking Earth's surface. And that ionizing radiation then becomes a lot more harmful to people and plants and animals. You get mutations in all kinds of living systems. But in that environment, if you are a person who has been injected with a spike protein vaccine and you can no longer properly repair your DNA, then you're in real trouble, big time trouble, for all the reasons we've talked about. So then the question you might wonder is Earth's magnetosphere weakening right now? So the answer is yes, and here's an article from 2014 on livescience.com. Earth's magnetic field is weakening 10 times faster now. So I want to read you a couple of lines from this article. Earth's magnetic field, which protects the planet from huge blasts of deadly solar radiation, which is what I just explained, has been weakening over the past 6 months, according to data collected by a European Space Agency satellite called SWARM. It's an array of satellites called SWARM. The biggest weak spots in the magnetic field, which extends 370,000 miles above the planet's surface, have sprung up over the Western Hemisphere, while the field has strengthened over areas like the southern Indian Ocean, according to the magnetometers aboard the SWARM satellites. So you got that? So, in other words, there's less magnetic protection over the United States, but more magnetic protection over, let's say, India, China, and Southeast Asia, and so on. So the scientists who conducted the study are unsure why the magnetic field is weakening.
Okay, this is good news. Is the Earth's magnetic field, okay, is actually allowing more solar radiation to come in. Okay, which is a good thing for those who are in tune, who can convert that radiation into energy. Those who cannot, oh well. Now for some more good news. Okay, you'll see. Michell Gibson, his wife have been teaching about the sun for years. Okay, he's one of the master teachers of our time. Okay. Has come out with many tools for us to use for those who took advantage back when he was out teaching in full force. Now he's a little bit in the backdrop. Okay, this book, which I have, is profound. Get it if you can. Secrets of Solar Rejuvenation. I don't know if it's still in print. Fabulous book. Now they're going to speak of what we're up against and what to do.
These are not entities or elementals or supernatural beings. These are human sorcerers that have banded together and chosen to attack their own race. As a result, things are changing in the world, things are happening in the world that we can defend ourselves from. Politics is not helping. The governments are not doing nearly enough. What we have to do is to figure out ways to help ourselves. The spell of Ra, the radiators, the hard radiator. Use your spells. You have healing spells, you have magical spells, you have defense against the dark arts. We have spent years preparing you for these moments. We weren't just sounding an unnecessary alarm. This is one of the things we were preparing you for, to be ready for. Now, with the tools that you have, let us use them.
Remember, we're in this together, and it's going to take all of us to change the vibration of this planet, because right now, the darkness is winning because they've shut down everything. And we're in new territory. I think it was way back when there was the Dark Plague that had everybody just where it wiped out half of humanity. We don't have to suffer from that. We can do things. So don't feel powerless. Be empowered. Feel empowered because you are not powerless. And you have to have more faith than fear, because there are higher powers that are here in place to fight this darkness. And it just takes you to give your 2 cents. Put in your 10 minutes worth of the raw spell. Put in your 21 miracle prayers a day. Look out for the elderly.
Okay, solar powered spells are the most powerful magics. And even the novice may experience results with medium, a little bit of regular use. You will benefit from the sun. So take advantage. Okay, the ancient ones established great monuments during the last great sun cycle.
May I have power in my mouth. May I have power in my lungs. May I have power over invocations and offerings. May I have power over the earth, the air, and the waters.
Take advantage. It's free. Tybro.com. Get it. Don't sleep on the power of imagery and the spoken word. Peace and love.